Hey guys, welcome again to another Beast Wars Basics review, and this time it is Predacon Drill Bit. Now this guy, like the other one, he is another beetle, and he's different, but I think he's interesting. Obviously, you can see he is a Weevil, the order Curculionidae, Curculionidae, I think that's what it's called, or the Cucugids. I can't remember which. Nice paintwork. He's got implied pupils there, and more of that thin line work in the sculpt, just like on Insecticon's wing cases. Now he's got wing cases here too, but they're actually one piece. They don't separate. But that's okay, I guess. He, again, like Insecticon, doesn't really do much in his insect mode. He can't really move much. But he does have one play feature. And true to his name, it is a drill bit. He can bend this out, and he's got sort of an attack mode. He can come at guys, drill some fools, and he can bend his mouth part, which would be actually on the end of this here, to create this kind of interesting look. There's a small wheel down here, if you look down there, and if you move it, the drill actually goes. That's pretty cool, eh? Yeah, it's made out of this unusual amber, like this amber, transparent amber plastic. So is the body, actually. I worry about that because transparent plastic like that does sometimes crack and can be a little bit fragile. I haven't had any problems with this one, even though he is quite old. He is from Wave 2, not Wave 1 like Insecticon, and as such, he does not have that same transforming gimmick where it's got that spring-loaded feature. Instead, he transforms in a much more conventional way. Nothing wrong with that. I kind of appreciate that, actually. And to do that, we'll start, again, just by lifting that out. And you can see what's going on down here. Those are his legs, obviously. And you just pull them up like this, and you can see there's a little joint here, and you can see that is clearly his robot mode waist down here. Now if you look, you can see some collectors, some people who are familiar with the Generation 2 Transformers may be familiar with this particular arrangement of parts. You can see that there's a screw here and a screw here. They're connected to the arm assemblies, and this waist piece here is in a very familiar location. This is the same transformation scheme as a Generation 2 Cyberjet. Specifically, it's quite similar to the Cyberjet Hooligan, if you know what that is. I'm sure that some of you do, and you'll begin to notice there are a lot of similarities. So you can see this pivots outwards like that. Let's just get that out of the way here. This is very, very similar to those Cyberjets. The way how everything swings out of the way here. Now, you want to flip it up like this, and you can see these pairs of legs here are on these little pivots. Move it like that and like this, and then you take this whole section up, take this whole section up here, and then swing it all down, and you can see now what's going on. Everything is pegging into place, And now we have him in robot mode. Predacon Drillbit. He doesn't stand very well, I noticed, but, you know, that's to be expected. He is pretty old. But a nice figure nonetheless. Very interesting with the asymmetry. You can see the big drill becomes one of his arms, but he's not without a hand, I find. If you look at the insect mouth part and the antennae, you can kind of see that this is supposed to be an implied hand of a sort. Like, he can still grab things with this. Even though he's got this big murderous drill, he can grab you with it. Pretty neat. I sort of imagine this character as being a bit of an engineer, not really so much a warrior, more of a worker of some sort. Not really, I suppose, a fighter when he needs to be, but this is a guy that does all the other jobs that nobody else wants to because he's the only one that can. Yeah, look at him. That looks like he's almost like a Constructicon. I sort of imagine him as. Nice face, by the way. Yeah, look at that. Nice sculpt. Oh yeah, it's a nice sculpt. Not as threatening as Insecticon. He doesn't look like a psychopath. He just kind of looks like a Predacon. Yeah, kind of got a grimace on his face. He probably gets told what, gets bossed around a lot, but yeah, whatever. This right here, this is an interesting feature. This is something that showed up in Wave 2 and started to become a thing throughout the Beast Wars line. If you bend his head up, you can see this black sticker. What is that? Well, if you remember Generation 1, they had rub signs. That's right. This is a Beast Wars rub sign. It features the Predacon symbol. My body temperature isn't nearly high enough to actually set the thing off, so you won't be able to see it, unfortunately. But if you put your finger on there and rub it for a bit, you will see a Predacon symbol show up, which is pretty cool. Insecticon did not feature that because he was from Wave 1. I'm pretty sure none of them in Wave 1 actually had that. But you can definitely see what I meant before about how this shares a lot of the engineering of the Cyberjets. It's quite similar, even though obviously it's a completely different alternate form, and as a result, none of the parts are shared in common. It's just the engineering that's a little bit similar. Anyway, tell me what you think. Rate, comment, and subscribe. Give me some feedback, negative, positive. Am I rambling too much? Am I not? Are these videos not doing so great? Yeah, yeah, be honest. Anyway, this has been Akan, signing off.